Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is where you're watching, and welcome to Lesson 17 of DMAD Marine Mammals Research Association's free QGIS series. I'm Tim Aubrey, and today we're going to be looking at importing data from a CSV file. So this is a text file, and it's quite a common way to import data. It's something we've not looked at so far. We're going to use the files which you can find on www.dmad.org.tr/QGIS-lesson-17. This is the first of the three parts of this lesson, and it's just going to bring together everything we've done in the course so far. Okay, the first part of this lesson is all going to be about bringing text file data in, sometimes just known as CSV because that's the most common form of data. And CSV stands for comma separated variable. And today we're going to just look at how to bring a CSV file in. Generally, it's a good idea not to use Excel wherever possible, whether you're using any GIS software or if you're using programs like R, statistics programs, just because you can have all sorts of problems, because Excel's great for bringing in your data and processing your data, but it can leave formulas and things in which programs like GIS just can't comprehend. So as always, when we're adding a new layer, we go to Layer and Add Layer, but this time we're going to add a delimited text layer. And it brings up a slightly different name, so we're going to click the three dots, find our delimited text layer. You'll notice under Type it says Microsoft Excel comma separated values file. Sorry, I think earlier I said variables. It's comma separated values file. And we bring that in. We're going to leave the encoding the same. And it's a comma separated values, so CSV. But it also gives us other options if we don't have commas. A couple of other things, we just want to look at this and make sure that our first record has field names. That's sometimes not ticked. We want it ticked because our first record is our row with all of our table titles on it, and then it's automatically detected our field types, but we want our X field and our Y field, so our longitude and our latitude, to match that. So once we've done that, we can click Add and we can close this, and you'll see that it's brought all of my data in. But if we click on the layer, you'll notice that we can't edit the layer. And the first thing we have to do is just to export this, because all we've done is displayed the data in the text file. So we go to Export, Save Feature As. I'm going to save it as an Esri shape file. So you can save whatever you want, but we're going to save it as an Esri shape file. For our file name, we're just going to call it Montenegro_TT. TT is the Latin name for bottlenose dolphins. The layer name will stay the same, and then we're going to leave it in this coordinate system, which is WGS84, so that's the World Geodetic System, and we're going to bring all the values through. So once I've done that, I can just click OK, and I want to overwrite that file. You won't have that option. Okay, so there you go. I'm going to delete my original bottlenose file. Press OK, and it's selected, so you'll notice that we have the toggle editing, and you've noticed as well probably that we have these 2 or 3 points here which look like they're rogue points, which means they're incorrect values. This could be for a number of reasons: GPS failure, human error, all sorts of reasons. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring some background mapping in to check this. And so I'm just going to go in and I'm going to go to lesson 17, and then under lesson 17 in the countries file, I'm going to bring in the surrounding countries. So Albania, and that's added. Bosnia, Croatia, which is HRV because it's called Hrvatska in Croatian, and then I'm just going to bring Montenegro in as well. And then I'm just going to zoom it back in and move my dolphins to the top. And there you go, you can see that we do in fact have some dolphins over on the other side. This is in Albania in the mountains, so they're obviously incorrect points. We don't have any way of justifying this at the moment, so we're going to have to remove them from our data. To be completely honest, the best way to do this, if we've ever got a biological data set, is to go into our CSV table, open it up in Text Notepad or WordPad or even Excel, and delete those files because we don't want incorrect data in our data set. But if you're just doing a quick and easy analysis, a rough and ready analysis, then we can just go to Edit. I'm going to turn the Albanian country file off just so they're easier to select. Use the Select tool up here, which is the yellow box. So we're just going to click and drag around these. And then I'm just going to go up to this Delete Selected here. Turn Albania back on and you'll notice they're gone. Okay, so in that lesson we have just added XYZ data, and we've also looked at removing point data. And the last thing I'm going to do quickly in this part of the lesson is I'm just going to merge all these different shape files. And I showed you how to do this in quick tip 5, but just to show you again, we go to Vector, Data Management Tools, and Merge Vector Layers. We're going to choose all of our country files, being careful not to select our Montenegro dolphin files, then press OK. We're going to keep the CRS as it is, and then we're going to we're going to save the file. Try not to create temporary layers unless you're never going to use this again. And once again, I've already done this, so I'm going to save it as Eastern Adriatic. Yes, I want to replace it. And I'm just going to click Run. And you'll see it is merged all my country files, which means I can get rid of this and just tidy my layers up a bit. The advantage of doing this is now I've got this shapefile forever. I've only removed those layers from the map, they're still there, so I can use them whenever. And you can see we've already got a map which is quite representative of our data.